Welcome to AI Impact, this special edition of Tech Impact. I'm your host, Evan Kirstel. Today's show is all about how AI technology is growing in new ways and what this can mean for your business. We're meeting with experts in empowering small businesses, innovation leaders, return on investment strategies, vehicle advancements, and lots more. So let's get started. Bluehost has been in the business of helping customers succeed online since their founding in 2003. Their journey began right alongside the start of WordPress. They've got a powerful combination of enterprise-grade reliability and performance with SMB affordability, and now with all kinds of useful AI innovation. So let's meet Sachin Puri, Bluehost CEO. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the history of Bluehost.
Absolutely. Right from the beginning, Bluehost has been built around providing enterprise-grade technology to SMBs and enterprises at large. What that means is we have always been focused towards providing speed, performance, and reliability backed by enterprise-grade support. We believe that ease of use is prime. On top of that, now with AI, we have only accelerated that even further, and I'm happy to be here and talk more about that, and that too at an SMB affordability.
Interesting. Tell us more about the SMB focus.
More than 90% of enterprises are categorized globally as SMBs. In the US, 43.5% of GDP is generated by SMBs, and more than 50% of the jobs are created by SMBs.
Brilliant. Well, I would agree. The business of America is really about SMBs. And how do you see AI as relevant and impactful for those SMBs?
AI really creates a very equal playing field. Right now, there is a lot of race of companies building AI solutions. We believe not all AI are created equal. And our approach is human plus AI together. So we have designers, professional grade designers, who build designs that are meant for things to work online. And they have years and years of experience. When we match that with our AI capability, our customers get a truly authentic experience in their own brand voice. So they have choices in which how they want to represent themselves.
Oh, so helpful. And what else set you apart at Bluehost?
See, when we have looked at our customer experience, we have looked at through and through, end-to-end journey. Most businesses start with an idea. Now, we have AI domain generator where customers use our AI domain generator to play around and brainstorm with their ideas to choose the right name that represents their company and their idea. From there, they can easily attach a business email with ready-to-use templates of signature, emails to send that makes them look very professional and credible. From there onwards, they can seamlessly use our AI website generator to develop a website of their choice with hundreds of options to choose from and customize from. We have AI custom blocks where people can customize their experience even more. From there, if somebody wants to sell things online, our AI store generator takes all of that expertise and build a store with single-click checkout, product catalog management, and whatever is needed for store to be successful, whether they are selling or scheduling appointment. And lastly, from the discovery standpoint, traffic is important, is the lifeline of any website. So how does that website show up in search results, AI results, and we have deeply integrated AI technology that allows customers to get their brand insight to show up well on search engines and AI assistant platform.
Wow, so many great unlocks there. What sort of feedback are you getting from customers leveraging your AI solutions?
Feedback is a gift, and we take it such. One of our agency partners told us that the technology that we have launched is a game changer. They've been able to improve their content development productivity by 60%.
Wow. So clearly Bluehost has gone beyond traditional SMB hosting, offering AI functionality, as well as incredible reliability and support. What's been the secret there to offering enterprise-grade performance to SMBs?
End of the day, it really comes down to the infrastructure that is powering the system. And we have invested over the period of time in enterprise-grade infrastructure that backed by 99.99% of uptime reliability. What that means versus the 99.9% offered by many other hosts is whether your site downtime would be potentially 4 minutes versus 44 minutes each month. Now, that is huge. You want your website to be up, secure, and performant. Now, when it comes to enterprise-grade performance, also access to customer support. Hundreds of customer support agents that are professional in handling SMBs and enterprise ask. We even go beyond and help our customers in building their website, optimizing their website, if they so choose, want us to help us with that. That is the reason when you look at Bluehost reviews on Trustpilot, we are 4.6 on the excellent spectrum. And that has been given by 26,000 customers saying every single day when they call customer support from Bluehost, they feel satisfied and they recommend us. That is very humbling, and it allows us to stay focused on this right path and providing that enterprise-grade reliability, performance, security, and support.
Thanks so much for joining us on this special AI edition of Tech Impact.
Thank you for having me. It's exciting.
And if you'd like to learn more, check out their AI webpage at bluehost.ai. That's bluehost.ai, or log on to techimpact.tv. Everyone is talking about AI right now, including us, and let's face it, it's a hot topic. One of the things businesses need to work through is how to get a return on investment from these AI investments. A company that's helping businesses get those returns is SAP. So let's meet Brenda Bone, SAP Business AI's Chief Marketing Officer. Hi, Brenda. Welcome to this special edition of Tech Impact, AI Impact.
Thank you for having me, Evan. I'm very excited to be here with you.
To the point I made a moment ago, I suspect that when you speak to business leaders, they're interested by the capabilities of AI, but want to know what the impact is on the top and bottom line. How do you respond?
It's a combination of reactions, Evan. What I see, it's a combination of impressed and sometimes overwhelmed, right? But what I also see is that people are asking the right question, which is, what is the value that I get out of my investment in AI? ROI is the number one thing that companies are demanding right now of that investment. And that's why driving that measurable value in ROI is foundational. And our approach at SAP, it actually starts there, right? I mean, we deliver innovation that is really going to move the business forward. We intentionally measure the value of what we deliver in terms of innovation. If it's embedded into the applications that our customers use, if it's with Joule agents, when they start using some of our agents, they all drive measurable impact. And we also find that the companies that embed AI in their core business process, solving real problems, are the ones that are getting those returns on investment. We just commissioned some research, just to give you an example, with Oxford Economics, of over 1,600 business leaders in large enterprise across 8 countries. So it's a global study. And it is showing that companies that are investing in AI are seeing an ROI roughly of 16%. Right now, these are real measurable impact results that they're seeing, with an expected outcome in the next 1 to 2 years of doubling that, right? Which is what we see generally in the market. And that's very encouraging news, right? Like, that's real tangible business results. And the most challenging part is how you invest in AI. Like, where do you put your focus on your business that you invest into that AI innovation? And that is going to determine if you're going to be one of those companies that are getting that return or not. And not every company is getting it right.
We're also hearing a lot about AI agents, which are starting to be implemented by enterprises. How should companies think about AI agents?
So yes, as you know, Evan, AI agents are the hot topic of the day. And we think about agents, we think about like the new frontier of AI in terms of, again, driving and delivering that measurable business outcome that we talked about. We've been in the process of releasing Joule agents at SAP. And those Joule agents have the unique ability to reason over a variety of information and then act. Not only reason and provide analysis, but actually trigger actions across business critical and cross-functional workflows. So we talked before about SAP being positioned across multiple functions like HR and supply chain and customer experience. So these Joule agents work across all those business functions. So we also recently announced Agent Builder with Joule Studio, and it's going to become available soon. And that's where our customers can modify those Joule agents. They can customize them, they can extend them, but most importantly, they can build their own and they can tailor to their unique business needs. So right now you can talk with Joule in natural language. That's the way that you interface with the business processes in SAP. Now with Joule agents, they're going to draw from that knowledge that is specific to your particular role in an organization. If you're a sales representative, if you're a customer support manager, and then they're going to trigger the right Joule agents that can help you and that basically can act as a coworker, right? And that's how like humans plus AI are going to continue to coexist in the environment, in the work environment that we see today.
Thanks so much, Brenda. Where can viewers interested in starting their AI journeys learn more?
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Evan. And our viewers can go to sap.com/AI. You can read about all the use cases that we are providing. You can read more about Joule agents, about Joule Studio that is going to help you build your own agents. And you can even use our ROI calculator. So we are just releasing an ROI calculator that's going to help you find out how much value you can create in your organization with all the innovations from SAP Business AI.
Great having you on our show.
Yes, thank you for having me, Evan.
Thanks so much for being here on this special edition of Tech Impact, AI Impact. Log on to our website, techimpact.tv, to learn more. TIBCO has been at the forefront of innovation and is a pioneer in the messaging and integration fields. The company is often referred to as the backbone of the modern enterprise. TIBCO's mission has evolved from simply connecting systems to orchestrating intelligence, making AI enterprise ready. So let's meet their president, Ali Hamad. Welcome to this special edition of Tech Impact.
Thank you, Evan. I'm truly excited and happy to be here.
Great to have you here. You have such a storied history. Tell us about TIBCO these days.
Let me first ask you, what is the most important asset that a company has? It is the data, it is information, and this data is stored across multiple systems. TIBCO helps move this data seamlessly across these systems while acting and processing it in real time. Top 8 of the top 10 semiconductor manufacturers use us. 8 of the top 10 Fortune 500 banks, top pharmaceutical companies, top airlines have been using our software to run their business. It is its reliability, the scalability, and then the performance, and also the security that we are known for.
Wow. So tell us how you've built this really impressive leadership position.
TIBCO has always been a pioneer in messaging and integration, but we are also leaders in the AI and agentic integration now. And the work that we have done with our platform with its AI capability is a testament to our continuous innovation and customer-focused development.
And of course, AI is shaping and disrupting everything. Tell us about how it's affecting your platform and mission.
The TIBCO platform with its AI capability lets you really harness the power of AI. What the platform does is, with the use of the MCP servers, which is the Model Context Protocol, helps your systems interact with the large language models or the AI models that you have, leveraging the power of AI and bridging that gap from your legacy systems and using AI.
So I understand one of the unique aspects, vision of your platform are 3 pillars that are critical to enterprise transformation, connecting the past to the future, orchestrating AI, and enabling, empowering developers. How do you see those 3 pillars evolving over time?
The first aspect, what you talked about, is not just about connecting systems, but we help modernize those in place without the need for any migration. Secondly, the platform with its AI capabilities lets your systems interact with the AI models or the large language models. But at the same time, the heavy lifting is done by the TIBCO engines. I think that's very, very critical for two reasons. One is it privately secures your data. Secondly, it reduces the total cost of ownership substantially, because the cost of compute of the AI alone is enormous. Thirdly, to your point about developer empowerment and productivity, which is our third pillar, we offer a low-code, no-code visual designer. And so that's the choice for the developers. And the next thing is the TIBCO copilots helps developers write their code using generative AI, thereby freeing their time for more architectural work.
Wow, very impressive. Anything else you'd like to share?
The true wealth, the true value is going to be created by the companies that leverage and harness the power of this AI. Now, you don't have to choose between just modernizing your existing investments or thinking about and building your future with AI. With TIBCO, you can do both.
Well, important insight, and thanks so much for being here on this special AI episode of Tech Impact.
Thank you so much, Evan.
And if you'd like to learn more, check out their website, tibco.com, that's TIBCO.com, or check out techimpact.tv. Over the last couple of years, the automotive industry has witnessed unprecedented challenges and transformational changes. One company that has been leading the way serving vehicle manufacturers within the passenger car, trucks, and off-highway segments through their cutting-edge solutions and innovation is KPIT Technologies. KPIT has been working with individual clients to solve their critical business problems, as well as leading the software-defined journeys for car and truck makers globally. So let's meet Sachin Tikekar, Managing Director of KPIT Technologies, and Chinmay Pandit, President Americas. Hi, Sachin and Chinmay. Welcome to this special AI episode of Tech Impact. It's a pleasure to have you join us today and to share your insights and learnings.
Thank you for having us, Evan.
Pleasure to be here.
KPIT saw the wave of software-defined vehicles coming well in advance, and you've been working on several first-generation SDV programs, helping vehicle manufacturers turn their SDV aspiration into reality. Where do you see SDV plans going in the future, and what would be the most crucial success factor moving forward?
Firstly, let me start with the purpose of the whole software-defined vehicles. It was to reduce the cost of the software and its maintenance, and of course to release the features that made most sense to the consumers. So I think there are three critical learnings from the first generation. Number one, don't look at software in isolation. Look at the entire vehicle, its design and engineering, and the segment it's going to serve. Second part is take some calls in terms of separation of hardware and software where it makes sense. This provides greater control to the vehicle makers, and it also reduces the cost of the vehicle. And last but not the least, our biggest learning is start testing and validating at every stage of the software development program. If you look at SDV from a consumer's perspective, I think the biggest impact that's going to have on the consumers is what we call navigation on autopilot, NOA. In China, if you have to sell a car, NOA has almost become mandatory. And we are seeing navigation on autopilot becoming more and more prominent in Europe as well as here in the US.
Overall, through your decades of partnerships, primarily within passenger car segments, and now also on truck and off-highway segment, from your perspective, how do you see the global trends reshaping the automotive landscape in the coming years? What do you see as the biggest challenges for vehicle manufacturers?
I wish there was just one big challenge. Let me name three. One is the competition from China. Second is the geopolitical dynamics that continue to play out. And last but not the least, both these things are leading to tremendous disruption in the supply chain. So managing the logistics depending on the tariffs is becoming a daily nightmare.
You mentioned China and the competition slicing into the market pie earlier. Why is there so much discussion around China? What has changed exactly? Can you break it down for us?
Net, the impact is for the Chinese OEMs. They have to figure out, how they're going to remain profitable and relevant because there are so many of them. As far as the global OEMs are concerned, certainly their pie has shrunk by 30%. And in order to compete effectively with the Chinese OEMs, they have to not only come up with innovation, but they also have to drop the cost of their vehicles by more than 30%.
If we dive deeper specifically into the challenges faced by American car makers, dynamic tariffs and increasing competition, especially from China, how do you see the situation in the industry evolving, and what would be your top 3 learnings to share with vehicle manufacturers?
So it's very interesting, right? People talk about the competition from China. You don't see Chinese cars out here, but the impact is very, very visible. It's a secondary impact. As the competition in China is coming up, more and more car makers are looking at US as like the last open, free, large market left. So that means the competition here is picking up. So I think that's one big impact which is playing out. Second thing, Sachin talked about it, is around tariffs. The uncertainty which is driving a lot of concern. People are getting stuck on taking major decisions because of how it's going to come through, and it might be a matter of a short while, but that's definitely playing out in a big way. And the other very interesting and a more fundamental shift which is coming out is that if you look at the recent past, the regulation were driving product innovation, and I think that's not how the future will play out. So truly working on market fundamentals, demand supply, is what's going to drive innovation as against what was a slightly different situation in the near term. Now, that's what's happening outside. So if you look at what the car companies are doing from inside, is actually the whole software-defined journey. And it's a very important and a key part of it, but it's more like the skeletal aspect of what the consumers want. It's now the time to put the final layer on top of it and wrap it up together in the way the consumers appreciate it. With the increased competition, all of us have to think about what each individual player will do and what partners or collaboration will bring into play. So focusing on what's core and getting together the right partner configuration to make sense and to have a better fighting chance in the market is going to be very important. And we are doing the same thing at our end. Historically, we were more oriented towards services. We are shifting towards solution because that's what the world will need more so going forward. So I think that's how it's going to play out. To us, the major lessons are focus on the consumers and invest in your core and partner for the rest. That's the important play.
This is interesting. Tell me more about this move from service to solutions. What does it mean?
Let me just say, we talked about how the vehicles need to be cheaper and their time to market needs to get reduced in order to be competitive. That means building things ground up. This is what you do through services, 100%, is not the cheapest and the fastest way to get your vehicles out. Over the years, what has happened is many companies such as KPIT, we build a lot of solutions. That means there are reusable components and assets. We call them platform tools and accelerators that are readily available. And wherever it's a commodity from an OEM perspective, they can actually make use of the solution, and then they can add services to customize them. So the composition, instead of doing 100% ground up, if you can have reusability to the tune of 60, 70, 80%, that reduces the cost as well as the time to market. So this extensive use of platform tools and accelerators is what we call solutions.
Let's talk a bit more about AI. Can you share your thoughts on AI within the automotive industry and its business implications?
Most of the vehicle makers have actually created centers of excellence to look at artificial intelligence and its impact on their business. You can see the impact being made significantly when it comes to corporate functions in the vehicle makers, where we have to be careful is when you put AI in the engineering of the vehicles. Making things work in a lab environment is one thing, and making things work in a safe way when you put your software in the vehicle that's going to be out there on the road is a whole new ball game.
What about the potential impact on workforce skills and roles? How is your organization handling that?
It's another one major change which is playing out in companies like us and overall in the industry. There are a few things we are focused on. One is retraining, ensuring that our entire workforce has exposure to the latest agentic AI options out there and letting them play with it so that they get a good handle as to how it can be used effectively is very important, and we are encouraging all our colleagues to spend more and more time on that. That's just to build an understanding and appreciation. When it comes to putting something into production, like Sachin also referred to, this has to be done cautiously. So there's a human in the loop, which is important, appreciation of what can be pushed on the machine side versus what needs to be kept on the human side. That decision making, that clarification is very important. And it will evolve. I think it's a very, very nascent space. It's evolving very fast. So there have been examples where we started with a set of agents to begin with, and in a month's time when we kind of started stabilizing the work, we had a whole different set of agents which were better, right? So the rate of change here is going to be very interesting, but we're getting ready for it for a long haul.
That was so helpful, gentlemen. Anything else you want us to know?
We painted a picture of an industry which is in deep trouble. At the same time, we think that any challenge is an opportunity. Our clients need our help to make their vehicles cheaper, better, faster. So we are making sure that we keep wearing our hats of innovation and create tremendous value for the clients.
It is on us to use AI to make a better world, to make a safer world. And I think that's going to be the area where we'll focus on and really make an impact as we go ahead.
Thanks so much for joining us on this special AI episode of Tech Impact.
It's been our pleasure being on your show, Evan.
Thank you, Evan.
And if you'd like to learn more, check out their great website, kpit.com. That's kpit.com, or log into techimpact.tv. I'd like to thank all of our guests for being with us on today's show. If you have any comments about the show or would like to suggest a topic, let us know at info@techimpact.tv. For even more information, access our website at techimpact.tv. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Tech Impact.